Hey everyone, you're watching We Had That, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the Skeleton Soldier Legion Builder from the Mythic Legions line from the Four Horsemen. Now, originally I thought of Legion Builders as less expensive versions of their regular figures, and I thought that they were less expensive because they had fewer paint apps or maybe no paint apps, and maybe not as many accessories. The first Legion Builder I ever owned was the Iron Knight, and I did a review of that figure early on. It's a solid silver body with two solid silver heads and solid color accessories. So I thought, for a lower price, we're not getting as many paint apps. The next Legion Builder that I took a look at was the Vampire Legion Builder, and it too was a solid black body. One of the heads was solid black, and the other one had some details in the face with the paint. But for the most part, those two figures just didn't have much, if any, paint. But recently, I did a review of the Shadow Elf Ranger, and that figure is a beautiful, extremely well painted, detailed figure. So that made me look at the Legion Builders a little bit differently. The Skeleton Soldier, similar to the Shadow Elf Ranger, has a lot of details in the paint. So if you take a look at the figure, first of all, it's got a nice bone color for the bone sections, and the armor has a lot of detail in the paint scheme here. You've got your basic metal base, but on top of that, you've got a lot of paint detail that makes it look like the figure is rusted. And if you take a look at the figure's head here, there is a lot of paint detail in the face for this figure. Now, I had also mentioned that I thought of the Legion Builders as not coming with a lot of different accessories. If you take a look at all of the different parts that the Skeleton Soldier comes with, you'll see that that's not the case here. In fact, this is the first Mythic Legions figure that I've owned that came with not just a second head, but a second torso as well. So you can make this figure either a female figure with the first torso, or you can swap it out and make it a male figure with the second torso. You've also got two different heads. You've got the basic skull head, and then you have a skull that's wearing this helmet. And with the helmet, you can either add this blonde hair to the back. There's a little hole right here. You just plug that in. You can either add blonde hair, so you're giving your female skeleton nice long blonde hair that's extremely dirty, and you'll notice there's a nice paint app on that as well. Or you can take this spike and add the spike to this helmet. The helmet, as you can see, has a couple of animal horns coming out of the side. So it's a really nice second head option for your skeleton soldier figure. Now, much like most of the Mythic Legions figures, this figure also comes with the brown belt. It's got the three pieces that go into the back. Two of these I know are for wings. One of them I have heard both that it's to hold a shield on the back, and I've also heard that it's an extender so that you can stick the wings out over the shoulder armor. Again, like most Mythic Legions figures, this one also comes with shoulder armor. The figure also comes with a spear, which is a very common piece for many of the Mythic Legions figures. A sword, which has a nice amount of detail. The handle is painted, and it's also got, in addition to painting the handle, it's also got some nice touches of rust near the handle of the sword. And you've also got a shield that also has some rust to it, and the back of the shield has a little peg. The handle has a hole. You very carefully put the two together. I've heard of many people breaking their shields, putting them together a little bit too enthusiastically, so I always recommend care and patience when putting the shields together. Now, this figure has a lot of articulation, just like most of the Mythic Legions figures. The head is on a ball joint, so you can move that all over the place. It turns pretty tightly, actually, but it turns well, and it has a lot of articulation. You've got articulation at the shoulders. They can go around. They can also go in and out. This figure is pretty tight in a lot of the joints, so I'm not actually going to show you all of the movements that the body can do, but I will mention them. The elbows can go up and down as well as swivel, and the gauntlets swivel. The figure also has joints at the wrist that allow it to swivel and move side to side. There's a joint in the middle of the torso that allows for movement, and it can pivot down at the waist. The legs can go out as well as forward and back at the hip. At the knee, they can swivel and also go forward and back, although that's one of the spots that's really tight on this figure, so I'm not going to move that there. And the ankles, which are loose, swivel side to side, turn around, and can go forward and back. Now, one of my few complaints about this particular figure is the hands really don't hold the weapons very well. And I don't think that it's because they've become loose over time. I think it's just the design of the fragile skeleton fingers just don't really hold onto the weapons, as well as some of the other figures' meatier hands do. So I'm going to put this shield in the skeleton's hand, and I'll show you kind of what I mean. It doesn't quite fit, and when I turn it for a photo, you don't see it. It looks fine, but as I was taking photos of this figure, the weapons would often pop out of the hands, and I would have to sort of reposition or rearm the figure as I was doing the photography. Overall, though, I think that the skeleton soldier is a great figure, and as with many of the Legion builders, I can understand why people would want to pick up more than one, especially since you've got not only a second head, but a second torso as well, giving you the option of either having a female figure or a male figure for each of your skeleton soldiers. So I can understand why somebody might want to buy two or more and mix and match the different parts so that you've got maybe a female with the helmet, a male without the helmet, some with shoulder pads, some without, and you can really build a legion of skeleton soldiers that each look a little bit different just by mixing the parts. So there you have it, the skeleton soldier Legion builder from the Mythic Legions line. Tell me, what do you think of the Mythic Legions line in general and the skeleton soldier Legion builder in particular? Please give this video a like. Please leave a comment in the comment section below. And if you have a chance, share this video on social media. Also, if you like my content, please click the subscribe button and click that little bell so that it'll notify you when I post a new video. Also, if you're a fan of toys, you should know about ToyLanta, the biggest toy show in the southeastern United States, held annually just north of Atlanta, Georgia. Visit ToyLanta.com for more information. As always, thanks for watching.